The Spirit Halloween 2025 Halfway to Halloween teaser is here and is long overdue. Let's take a look.
Sometimes it's not. I always come back. I am Chucky, the killer dog, and I don't want to give that up.
Ever since 2022, it's surely no surprise to get these new teasers and trailers to their newest ISEs and displays and all of that. Ever since 2022, I remember that being in like June or something though, and as of recent, they've been in more like May, is it halfway to Halloween? But this year, due to Flagship being canceled, I didn't make a video about it, but that's good because we got bigger fish to fry now. But yeah, Flagship is canceled this year. The store's gonna open as a soft opening, I guess. I don't know how they don't expect lines, but that will have a soft opening. But with that news also, that's probably why they held this back, because the tariffs and the supply issues that'll make these items kind of harder to make. We have our teaser, and I'm excited to say that this year's ISE is none other than the Madison Scare Park. This is a train station. It's a shift on words from Madison Square Park. Now it's Madison Scare Park. Very creative on Spirit's part. So let's look at the teaser. And so this is your teaser right here. This is the teaser that's on right now. It's very quick. Can't really see anything from it, to be honest. There's just subway shaking around. There's these maps that say like Spirit Halloween. Tunnel station. We already had this kind of confirmed as a theme though, and like the background of Silent Deadly's listing, it had like the pipe looking things that are like the subway map. And that was really interesting to me, as we kind of had this one pinpointed. So I wish it would have been more of a surprise and they would have gatekeeped it a little more from us, but oh well, we kind of just figured it out. But honestly, this is very interesting, and some of the main things you'll see is the characteristics of this. Big subway, looks like it's shaking, and so this makes me believe that as the Funhouse of Terror was last year, this will be becoming a train, a subway train. And this will be the official return of the shaker floor. I'm 100% sure, just to make you feel like you're in there, it's just gonna shake and stuff. Probably live wires again, something extremely along the lines of 2022. I feel like that will just be refreshed, but with the cardboard looking a bit different. I think this is a exact remake, kind of. Like, they're just taking it one-to-one inside. But obviously there are going to be projector screens, as we confirmed in one of the scenes, or not projector, the wall screens. That is going to return, as we can tell. And so kind of just a mix of all the wonderful worlds of Spirit Halloween is what we are getting in this ISE, the Madison Scare Park. Now what do we actually see when we slow this down? I'm going to show some pictures. We see this newspaper that says, "Giant rat in New York with his giant mouth." I don't look for the mouth though, because I see a face here, our animatronic face. Spirit is known for elusively hiding these things. There is this face right above, like the mouth, just think of that as the mouth, and right above it is a nose, and then it looks like two eyes. I know that sounds crazy, and right now, I'm going to make an outline for you. And then I also found another eye that I'm going to outline on here, just showing that they really are elusive at hiding these things. And so that's all that I saw there. I didn't really see the rat. I didn't care about the rat. That's, yeah, probably going to be an animatronic, but I don't care about the rat. I care about the animatronics for real. We showed these hands crawling up, 100% animatronic hands. It happened with Ringmaster. It can happen for this. That is going to be animatronic hands that they're using. So, I mean, that's interesting. Now, this is a part, I know I'm kind of out of order, but this is also a part of the trailer. I'm just talking about the main highlights, if you can't tell, that a lot of people are talking about. This is 100% a new animatronic face that appears for a split second that people found. I mean, wow. That looks bad in my opinion. It looks kind of cool, but it looks weird to me. It's an interesting face, and what people are saying is that this prop's name is none other than Spine Twisting Granny, which was a mix of leaks that we got about a year and a half, maybe 2 years ago. from Spirit practically. Well, it wasn't from Spirit, we just had from Techie these sketches, this like pop-up Scarecrow Mr. Dark remake, and then this granny that would twist her head around. We're 100% sure that this is her, pretty much, almost 100%. And that Sinister Strawman leak, 100% is probably the pumpkin guy we had about a year or two ago. And so, that is the interesting thing, is we kind of have an idea on what and who this is. So what do we know? It's just going to be Subway ISC, it's going to have Shaker floor. Something I'd love to see is with those scent diffusers, if they could have like an old pizza scent, because you know there's a lot of those places usually in Subway, like little cheapo restaurants that kind of just stink, it kind of smells. And so I feel like from Froggy's Fog, you can 100% get anything like that, or a mixture. And so I feel like they could easily make that recreate. And so that's what we know so far. There are a few more outlines, but here's the final thing, is they're zooming through the back of the Subway. You see this. I am the first person to have found this face hidden in this image. So let's take a look at it. And if you can't already tell, these are two faces merged together in this image, or one prop. One side looks like a puppet, kind of, like the Bobby Strings look, almost. I hate to say that, Bobby Strings is an abomination, but half of it's like his face, and then the other half looks like maybe a demon, so it could be like the Max Straw situation where like one side of his mouth is not evil, and then the other side's splayed open with teeth. It could be like that, like a double side head prop, which I think would be really cool, but this could be two props. So we know we're getting a puppet or a puppeteer or a clown or a marionette or something. We also know we're getting some dark figure animatronic, which I think is cool. Also, there's this picture of this press button for in case of emergency. This is no doubt in my mind the activator for the year. In 2022, we had this whole generation come in with these new activators that weren't step pads, with this switch lever so you could turn on nozzles in the laboratory. In 2023, it was hooked up to a jumping spider where you knock on a mausoleum door and it opens. We also experienced in 2024, it was never in stores though, people said it was recalled, this coin slot activator where there's a coin sticking out, you press it in, you might get cut by it, I think that's why. You press it in and it triggers an animatronic hooked up of choice to go off. And now we have the push button in case of emergency box. The emergency alarm button. This will probably make noise. Probably. I feel like this would need noise to work. I mean, last year they had the guns at Spirit too. That was like a ISC only, pretty much, item. But those did make noise. And this seems more of one to be in the ISC and not really just one readily available like the Switch and the Gargoyle Knocker was, because I feel like the coin slot and the shooter were more in ISC, the back stock would be on the shelf. And so I feel like that's the case with this one. This will be with the ISC, I'm sure. But this glance at this new latex prop, a hand holding a phone, that is so cool. It's a really neat prop. I think this will be ISC only, it'll be on the ISC sheet, and I will 100% probably be getting this prop because of how unique, cool, and awesome it looks. And then we have this picture of this rat. You know, people are saying this is an animatronic. If it is, I hate that. It looks bad if it's an animatronic. I expect this to be a new latex creature added. We also see like rats and the rabbit from last year. This is probably a latex prop, I'd say. This could be an animatronic, and I'm not sure if this is an animatronic. I think this is a downgrade from what we've had in the past. From companies as rats, like the Trash Can Rat and Ninja Rat. I think this is a downgrade, but it's all up to Spirit, and so that's what I'm seeing at the moment. Alright, so our final picture's not really anything in particular. I just think this is kind of a prediction. In 2021, we had there was some year we had like manhole-looking step pad covers. Step pad covers have kind of been essential to a Spirit because it's funny they don't sell the step pad covers really unless it's a stupid one. And how are you supposed to keep them from not moving? They make custom themed step pad covers. We have all different ones for every single year. And this year, I'm sure, is none other than a manhole cover. Again, with New York City initials on it. I feel like that's supposed to be like New York Carnage or something like that. They're probably going to name it something like that. But this is a really, really cool item. Really cool looking thing. This also could be a prop, of course. I'm not 100% sure if this will be in here, but it would be cool to set on a manhole cover. I think that would add a lot of essence to this ISE. There is, I'm sure, many more that I forgot about, many more faces and shapes and shadows I've seen here, but it is amazing that just a week or two before the beginning of June we are doing this, because last year we were already this time of year getting pictures of the props and stuff, and I am glad that we have a teaser now, because now this also shows us another layer of what to expect, even though we were on to the whole ISE part of things. And so, yeah, it's going to be a fun House of Terror, exact model, over, and it's just going to be a train. Pretty excited about this. And for everything horror, this is ABC Halloween.
Sometimes it's not. I am Chucky, the killer dog, and I don't want to give that up.